Hey, what's going on? My name is Mick, and I'm posting my day trading journey right here to YouTube with complete transparency. And today I went crazy scalping. I had one of my better days. I ended up coming away with $2,000 today. It was through several trades. I want to say 5 total trades. And one of the things I did today that was unusual was I actually traded NQ today, which ended up being my largest trade. We'll see that at the very end and kind of see how that went. But traded ES a couple of times, and we'll go over each one. The only one that I recorded was my very first trade, which was on ES, and I about 2 contracts, made about $600. This is at 9:50 this morning. I went short here at the overnight high of 45.47. We looked like we weren't. We kind of had this double top going on, and we didn't have a lot of buying here at the top, so I decided to go short and ended up catching it right before it got a little bit of displacement away from that overnight high. And so just took a little bit of a scalp here. Nothing too fancy, but things did pick up here at the end. I didn't hit my my take profit, or I canceled the trade before my take profit, which was at 45.35, and I ended up letting the trade record a little bit more just so I could show you guys that the trade actually ended up going to my profit target. And in theory, I could have gone back and I could have held a little bit longer, but I took 625. I thought we were going to head down there. We started to slow down a little bit, and it kind of spooked myself out of it. But at the very end of the trade here, it went past my take profit. So nothing too serious about it, just a quick scalp. I didn't have a lot of confluence. Today's Friday, and I don't typically trade too well on Fridays, but decided instead of holding the trades longer, I would just try to get in and out of trades pretty quickly, regardless of whether it was with the trend or against the trend. So starting off the day with 600 was pretty solid. Afterwards, things went pretty well. Ended up about 30 minutes later after the run-up, I tried to scalp just a little bit of that downtrend, and I actually caught the very bottom, and that's why I ended up... My one losing trade for today was the short at the very bottom here. Again, today was all scalping, so a lot of these are real quick in and out. Immediately afterwards, I took a scalp basically off of the bounce of like 45.20. So I took a quick scalp up, closed there. So I got, let's see, I had an entry short. I had an entry, the first entry long got me 112, and then I had a second entry at 45.23 right here, and got a couple of points there to make a $325 win. These aren't too significant, other than just the support that we got here at 45.19. Let's see if I can't get rid of this. So yeah, the support here at like 45.20. We did dip down at the very lowest about 45.19, but I took a couple of scalps in here. And then to the trade that the big trade today was this trade on NQ. So this is my NQ chart. The trade happened about 11:05, and I'll switch over to NQ. Here we go. So this was kind of like a multi-part trade. So up here at the top, this was 15.552, which was right about here. And what I was looking at was essentially there was a fair value gap off of this huge displacement candle here. So the fair value gap started at 15.551 and went to right about here. And what I was basically waiting for this retracement to go up into this fair value gap, which I can just draw it real quick. Right about there. And my entry was at the mean threshold of that, so about at the 50% Fibonacci of that, with a 50% level of that fair value gap. That was my exact entry. I set a limit to go short. And this, again, like I said, this was just a quick scalp. All of my trades today were quick scalps, but I did three NQ contracts short. I exited one fairly quickly, and then as basically just started to dump large displacement candles. I took another one, and then I was expecting some sort of pullback, because right here you had another fair value gap, pretty large fair value gap made from this displacement. So I was expecting some sort of play back into it. Waited for a pretty large wick right here, and then I got short on after this candle closed right about here. I got short again. I added an additional 3 contracts. So at this point, I was 4 contracts short. And basically, when this ran off, I saw my P&L was up like, I think $700. I think at a certain point it was a couple hundred here, 200 or 300, and then an additional 700 here. I just canceled the scalp and I was done for the day. That was the last trade. But this was really the only one that was based off of a fair value gap that I actually felt pretty confident about. I had set a limit. I really liked the entry, and it was a quick move, but I played it. And to be fair, this was pretty aggressive. So this is not something I want to continuously do, kind of adding on to my positions like this, especially with like 3 or 4 NQ contracts, because those are moving extremely fast. But today, I felt pretty good about it. I enjoy the scalping. I think when it comes to my my evaluations, I need to probably continue to do this until I pass, just because of that trailing drawdown. I can't be holding positions during periods of drawdown, because that's going to end up killing me on those evaluations. So otherwise, again, today was a $2,000 day, and I'm happy about it, and it's Friday, and I'm going to enjoy my weekend and enjoy these trades. So that's all I had for you guys today. Appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.